Chest up, shoulders back. Welcome to Revival Fitness, everybody, your home for gains and brains. And in this video, we're going to discuss and briefly break down my new bulking diet. That's right, we're back. Cultivating Mass Season 2, road to 200 pounds, and I might even want to shoot for above 200 pounds, guys. I might go up to something around even 210, but I do want to get big. It's time to add size, get thick, all the fun stuff that comes with bulking. What I'm thinking of doing for potential body recomposition benefits, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to be having more calories on my training days than on my rest days. So based on my rough estimation, disclaimer I always have to make too, there's no way to accurately track your calories down to a T, guys. Okay, it is not possible. Guys love to say like, well, I think I'm plateaued. Should I add 50 extra calories? Should I add 100 extra? It's like, you're not able to track that. Calorie estimations are just that. They're an estimate, they're a ballpark guess. You increase them or decrease them based on your performance, your goals, etc. But all in all, we're still in a net surplus on a weekly basis. So with that said, let's jump into the first meal of the day. If you guys have been here for a while, you can probably recite what it's gonna be. Eggs. All I have in the morning, first thing when I get up, are 6 whole eggs. I don't do any of this egg white, egg yolk stuff. Just eat the whole egg. It's very nutrient dense, especially the yolk. It's very funny, people like to throw out the egg yolk, which is the part with all the vitamins and minerals in it. So that comes out to 36 grams of protein and then 30 grams of healthy fats. You guys are gonna see as we go through this video, I essentially use like a pyramid method when it comes to the carb intake. So when I first wake up, not many carbs. Closer to the workout window, more carbs. After, more carbs. Then toward the end of the day, near bedtime, less total carbs. And something else I'm going to have in the morning is raw milk. I know you guys really don't like that one, do you? A lot of these foods I'm getting come directly from a farm. And I've said this before, I highly encourage you guys to at least look into this, buying your food directly from a farmer if you have access to that, and if you can afford it. But this milk, guys, compared to the classic store milks, even the organic milk you're gonna find at the store, it is not pasteurized or homogenized, so all of the probiotics and good bacteria found naturally in the milk are not killed off in the heating process. So I'm trying to include 4 cups a day of milk into my diet. It is one of the time-tested bulking foods, and once I started having this milk, I guess the next inclination is going to be, hey, I should probably have some cereal with this. And I was looking at the cereals in the grocery store, and you guys know what it is. It's just mounds and mounds of sugar. Most of these cereals have essentially no nutritional value in them. And then I was reached out to by the sponsor of today's video, Magic Spoon, and they fixed my cereal woes, and they can fix yours as well. Magic Spoon is the most unique cereal on the market. It has 13 grams of complete protein with roughly 5 grams of net carbs per serving, making it friendly for any sort of low-carb diet you may be on. There are no grams of added sugar, no corn syrup, no sugar alcohols, only natural flavors, nothing artificial, no artificial colors either. This cereal is grain-free with no wheat, rice, or soy. And perhaps best of all, for those of you who have a gluten allergy, it is free of gluten as well. I personally like the variety pack that includes 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. I tried them all, guys, and I can vouch for this. They have the same taste, maybe even better taste than the classic sugary cereals you find in the grocery store, but with all of the benefits we talked about previously. The taste is very, very impressive. So if you guys are looking to give Magic Spoon a try, be sure to click the link below and use promo code REVIVAL for $5 off any order. And if you are hesitant, Magic Spoon has a 100% money back guarantee if you're unhappy for any reason. Just notify them of your concern and they'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. So moving on to meal number 2 of the day. I like to have this before I go train, usually sometime in the late morning to early afternoon. It is 1 cup of dry jasmine rice. Now the reason I'm going with jasmine rice here, guys, I heard Stan Efferding talk about this. I was looking into the vertical diet. I'm not doing fully a vertical diet, as you can tell, but he has some interesting points he raises whenever he discusses that. And overall, this is something I just more so am trying out, because I've never really had white rice as a main carb source in my diet. I've had a lot of pasta in the past. If I was having rice, it was usually brown. I've never really had potatoes regularly. I could try those out at some point too, but I'm currently doing 1 full cup before and after my workouts. So 1 cup of white rice comes out to 144 grams of carbs, or roughly 576 estimated calories. And that ties into the second component. We're kind of going into the third meal of the day now, which is simply 4 ounces of grilled or pan sauteed chicken, which is roughly 20 to 25 grams of protein. So as you can see in the pre and post workout meal, guys, it's essentially nothing but carbs and protein. So as mentioned at the beginning, guys, I like to put the majority of my carb intake pre and post workout, get a little bit of protein in there too after with the chicken, and then the rest of the day is going to be roughly 50 grams of carbs or less depending on what I'm eating. But I like to front load my carbs, so to speak. I think it's better to have them around the time of the workout, or at least middle of the day, as opposed to getting a bunch of carbs closer to bedtime. So that's going to lead into the fourth meal of the day, which is Greek yogurt. Once again, I am getting this directly from the farm, and this does have some vanilla flavor added to it. I don't know about you guys, but I've tried a regular basic Greek yogurt before. I don't think I could eat it in any sort of serious quantity. It's just so tangy and sour. So I'm having roughly 2 cups of this yogurt per day. I can use this 2-cup container, kind of just siphon it off into there to get my measurement. 2 cups comes out to roughly 42 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and then 21 grams of fat. And then we're gonna finish up with a pretty filling meal, the final meal of the day. It's going to be ground beef. And we're gonna add some vegetables and sauce to this, as you're going to see. And once again, this is from the farm. So I am eating at the current point, guys, 1 pound of ground beef a day. And one of the biggest benefits of having grass-fed and finished beef, as I'm having here, is the fact that whenever the cows are eating grass and hay, which is their natural diet, as opposed to being fed a bunch of like wheat and corn and soy in these giant feedlots, they're much higher in omega-3 compared to omega-6, which is going to help improve inflammation, and it has a lot more benefits than if your omega-6 ratio is much higher compared to that of omega-3. I'm not going to go into a full discussion on this, guys, but in the modern diet, the omega-6 levels of what most people eat far outweigh the omega-3, so you want to get that ratio much closer to 1-to-1 as much as you can do so. I can taste a noticeable difference in just the freshness and kind of the tenderness of the beef when it comes directly from the farm, grass-fed and finished, versus typical meat you're gonna buy in the grocery store. But 1 pound of ground beef, the one I'm eating here is 80-20. It has roughly 80 to 85 grams of protein. We're gonna add 10 grams of carbs for the little bit of vegetable and sauce we add in too. I might not even add those to it sometimes. And then 96, might as well say 100 grams of fat. But that is the full day of eating on my training days, guys. To give you a rundown of the macros, 220 grams of protein, 450 grams of carbs, and then 185 grams of fat, coming out to just over 4,300 calories based on my estimations. And then on the non-training days, which are about 3 per week, all I really do is take out the rice on those days. The caloric count drops considerably by over 1,000. It goes down to about 3,200 per day. So the total carbohydrate count on the training days goes from 450 down to roughly 150 on the rest days because I remove the rice. Since I'm not really active on those days, I'm not training, more sedentary, I don't really see a need to have all of that rice. And as mentioned, I want to see if my performance is affected by this, if so, how much, and any potential body composition benefits, maybe keeping a little bit more fat off in this bulking phase. But that is really it. So thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for upcoming videos in this Cultivating Mass series. We are going to get to 200 pounds. Thank you for the continued support. Big shout out as always to the Patreon supporters and the channel members. Hit me up in the links down below if you're interested in consultations, custom programs, and online coaching. And I will catch you guys next time.